And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to WVRC 104.7 FM's live coverage of Roane County High School Lady Raiders softball action. We welcome you from inside the beautiful and sunny Sue Moore Sports Complex in Glenville, West Virginia, as we prepare for this Little Canal Conference matchup featuring your Roane County Lady Raiders coming in undefeated early in the season at 2-0. Victories over Lewis County and Braxton County to get the season going for the Lady Raiders. Their opponent, the Gilmer County Lady Titans, coming in with a record of 2-1. After victories over Tucker County and Calhoun County to begin their season, a very close 6-3 loss to Williamstown 2 days ago to begin the season for the Lady Titans. And we are just about ready to go here. Let's take a look at the starters for both of these teams. First off, for the Lady Titans leading off today and batting first out at a shortstop, Taylor McHenry. Batting second behind the plate will be Emma Taylor. Pitching today will be Kara Ferguson. She'll be batting third. Cleanup hitter and first baseman is Layla Smith. Batting fifth and in the 5 position, the third baseman, Bailey Frazier. Batting sixth and at second base, Michaela Taylor. Designated player batting seventh is Ashlyn Bourne. She will hit in the lineup for the flex player, Mackenzie White, the right fielder. And batting eighth, Stevie Starsick. She'll be out in center field. Malaysia Morgan rounding out the lineup. She'll bat ninth, and she will be out in left field. For the Lady Raiders, Piper Harlan will lead it off. She'll be out in right field. Batting second, the center fielder, Carly Greathouse. Batting third, the shortstop, Cadence Steele. Batting in the cleanup position, Lacey Mitchell, the first baseman. Katie Young bats fifth. She will be the catcher. Batting sixth, her battery mate, the pitcher today, Mahaley Nicholson. Batting seventh will be the third baseman, Michaela Brookwright. Batting eighth, and at second base will be Callie Williams. And rounding out the lineup will be the left fielder, Fair Smelko. Andrew Miller, Matt Whites, and Katie Nutter here to bring you guys the action here today. We're going to hold here while we listen to the national anthem. Actually, we'll send it away to our studios. We'll come back with the first pitch here from the Sue Moore Sports Complex, Roane County and Gilmer County in softball action.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Sue Moore Sports Complex for today's game between the Roane County Lady Raiders and your Gilmer County Lady Titans. At this time, would you all please rise for the playing of our national anthem?
We welcome you back inside the Sue Moore Sports Complex. Lady Raiders softball getting ready to get underway. Andrew Miller, Matt White, Katie Nutter on the camera for us here today. Matt, our first opportunity to watch this version, the 2022 version of the Lady Raiders softball team. You miss a Mace for the first time in many, many years on a team here in softball. Allie Mace graduating last year, following in her sister's footsteps, a tremendous career. Also, you've lost your center fielder in Katie Gone, moving on to college. But the cupboard far from bare for Coach Sam Salvucci this year.
Well, one of the main things is you bring back Mahaley Nicholson, she, at the beginning of last season, we thought that she would be more of the backup type to just kind of spell Allie at times. Turned out to be, it was a better fit for Mahaley to really just lead this program from the pitching circle. And from what I'm to understand, she's throwing the ball so hard right now that it's been very tough, even for some of our own best hitters. They've made the flip now. That's why Piper Harlan is out there in right field. We thought coming in after losing Katie Gaughan to graduation, that Piper might be a better fit at center, and I think that's what the coaching staff thought originally. But with the speed, the velocity that Nicholson has been bringing, it's going to be hard to try to catch up and pull the ball. So we're banking on teams slapping it more into the right center area. So that moves Carly Greathouse from right into center. Piper Harlan out there in right field, looking to take advantage of a lot of that athleticism. You mentioned, what we lost from last season, a couple of four-year starters. We bring back a ton of experience on this team. Seniors in Callie Williams. Katie Young has been behind the plate for 4 years now. It's great. A great career so far for her, and just a ton of talent coming back, and a bunch of really athletic and very gifted softball players.
So we're ready to go. Top of the first inning, 1-2-3 coming to the plate for the Lady Raiders. Piper Harlan stepping in first, facing off against the senior right-hander Kara Ferguson, and Ferguson will deliver off speed to begin the ball game. Roane County in the gray jersey tops with maroon sleeves. Raiders across the front in capital letters in maroon, trimmed out in white. And they've gone a little mix-up here. Black pants today for the Lady Raiders. 1-1 on the counts to Harlan, the sophomore, coming off a tremendous freshman season.
That's a big change up here as well with Harlan in the leadoff spot. She was the number 5 hitter and proved to have a ton of power and ability to hit the gaps and take off running, so we're looking to utilize that athleticism and that speed.
2-1 pitch, blasted out of play down the first baseline, and the count will even at 2 apiece. A beautiful day here from this just tremendous complex in Glenville, West Virginia. Sunny, about 65 degrees. I'd only rather be golfing or fishing. 2-2 pitch, drops into the zone, a beautiful off-speed delivery for the senior Ferguson, and she will get Harlan looking.
That was a tough pitch to make contact with. It was, like you said, very off speed, and it just kind of freezes the batter.
And speaking of another player returning from the starting lineup, Carly Greathouse had a tremendous sophomore campaign, both defensively and latter part of the season offensively as well. 1-0 the count after Ferguson delivers high. Next offering sails outside, 2-0 the count. Caden Steele is in the on-deck circle. All-turf field here. The big G out in center field. Another pitch missing outside, and Greathouse looks on. Remember, she had a really good eye last year, did not swing at a lot of bad pitches.
Yeah, she's really done a great job behind the plate and, has set up those 3, 4, and 5 hitters very well. Speaking of the good eye, drawing a walk on the first at-bat.
4 straight pitches out of the strike zone. Roane County with a runner aboard. And that will bring up the shortstop, Cadence Steele. She'll step into the right side of the batter's box, has a lot of power in that swing. First offering, she'll square to bunt, and again, you'll see that throughout the season. Doesn't matter 1 through 9 in the order. That is a staple of Coach Sam Salvucci.
Yeah, it really has a read on the small ball technique and trying to advance runners, get yourself into scoring position, especially early in a ball game.
Well, after Ferguson struck out Harlan, she's thrown 6 straight out of the strike zone. 2-0 the count now to the number 3 batter. And make that 7 straight as Ferguson struggling here the last 2 batters. And immediately Coach Wendell Tomlin wants to talk things over, not just with the pitcher Ferguson, but the entire infield. Maybe just want to settle his pitcher down early.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I mean, it was a good first at-bat for Ferguson. Just like you said, when you're more of an off-speed pitcher, you really need to rely on your control and your ability to kind of paint the corners. If you start leaving them over the plate, this Roane County team has a really good ability to be able to just take advantage of that if you leave one out over the plate. So you're banking on trying, to control the corners of the plate and just kind of change location as frequently as possible.
Now you've noticed Ferguson staying on the outside corner to the first three hitters. One thing for Roane County, and this has been tradition, they don't really have a weak spot in the order. 1 through 9 can hit the softball. After the 3-0 counts and a quick timeout for Coach Tomlin, it worked as Ferguson fires one over the middle of the plate. Now Steele has the green light. 3-1 pitch, high and tight, and back-to-back walks issued now by Kara Ferguson.
Now plate number 3, Lacey Mitchell.
And the hottest batter coming off of last year to the plate, Lacey Mitchell, has worked her way into the cleanup position. She absolutely dominated the second half of the season last year at the plate. She's already got a home run this year.
Yeah, that was her first over the outfield wall home run of her career.
She looks on at a strike to begin this at-bat. Runners at first and second, top of the first inning. And this one ripped right back at Ferguson. And what a play by the pitcher. She took one right off the shin. It deadened in the turf, and she had the wherewithal to throw across to third, and they'll get the lead runner in Greathouse. And now they're going to check on Ferguson. That was a rip shot straight up the middle.
That's a tough one to know where to go. You're just lonesome in the pitcher circle with one coming at you that fast. But great recognition, like you said, after that ball knocked down and, you take that shot right off the shin. Great awareness to be able to get the lead runner over at third.
One thing I know about softball players, as I've seen lots of games over the years, is they are some of the toughest human beings, especially the pitchers who get those shots right back up the gut a lot. So Ferguson will stay in. And a nice applause from everybody here in the building. 2 outs now for Roane County after Mitchell reaching on the fielder's choice. Katie Young, the catcher, the senior. And boy, has she been a staple behind the plate defensively, but she has got a power bat as well. First opportunity she'll see from Ferguson is one that misses outside.
One of the things I remember so much about Katie Young is her first year as a freshman, had senior pitching. She was not afraid to stop the game and come out and try to settle the pitchers down.
Here's one ripped into left field over the glove of Morgan. 1 run will score. Mitchell hurrying around to third. She'll be stopped at third base and in with an RBI stand-up double is Katie Young flexing out there on the bag.
She's out there getting the Hulk Hogan. She's flexing.
That was a tear the cover up off the softball double. Again, runners had to hold near the bags there, Matt, because that was hit very close to Morgan. It just kept sailing.
Yeah, just a hard hit shot. I mean, Morgan had a pretty good beat on the ball, just couldn't get herself squared around to make that catch. Tremendous hit from Katie Young.
So Roane County strikes first. Now the pitcher, Mahaley Nicholson, has a few ducks on the pond, a chance to help her own cause. Looks at one for strike one. Here comes the second pitch. That one a little bit high and tight. We'll even the count at 1 apiece. We're in the top of the first inning here at the Shelley Morris Field, part of the Sue Morris Sports Complex. Next offering from the senior Ferguson upstairs. Appreciate everyone joining us on Facebook Live. See some people from out of state. Chime in. Tell us where you're watching from. Here comes the 1-1 inside corner. That one just nubbed up the gut, and it will get through. 1 run will score. They're going to send the speedy pinch runner around for Roane County, running for
She's running for Katie Young. I'm not sure, we don't have, it was number 11.
That'll be Elizabeth Greathouse.
Greathouse, okay.
So Greathouse with the wheels scoring as well. So a pair of runs on the RBI single. for Nicholson, and Roane County quickly out in front here in the top of the inning, 3-0. Still 2 outs on the board. They'll send the runner down, and the pinch runner this time for Roane County, safe at the bag. That's Lexi Burdett, the freshman. We all know that last name.
You know that one very well.
Daughter of Coach Paul Burdett, the Roane County High School football coach, who was an alumni here. Football player for Glenville State College. Michaela Boatwright at the plate. Chance for another RBI, runner in scoring position. And she will take a swing at this one, rip it off the glove of the shortstop there, McHenry.
Good play out there and left by Morgan to get that ball in quickly and save the run. Roane County with a 3-0 lead. Still here in the top of the first, 2 outs.
Runners at the corners now with 2 outs, and Callie Williams, the senior second baseman, steps into the batter's box. They'll send the runner down, a short throw.
They're trying to bait the runner at third into trying to steal home.
And Ferguson still struggling a bit with her control when she does throw a strike. Roane County right now tearing the cover off the ball. Williams has the ability, Matt, to bunt and run. She's kind of like a right-handed version of Katie Gaughan.
She's definitely shown that ability. Play small ball. She, toward the end of the season last year, even had a lot of, showed her ability to hit the ball into the outfield, with a little bit of power into the gaps.
Probably a stop sign here. Nope, she's going to swing on the 3-0 count and dribbles it right back to Ferguson, who rifles across to Smith for out number 3. Roane County, though, plating 3 in the top of the first. They lead after a half inning as we move to the bottom of the first. Gilmer County to the plate. We welcome you back inside the Sumor Sports Complex. Top of the first inning. Lady Raiders striking first. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors defensively for the Lady Titans, and 2 left aboard. So we'll see Mahaley Nicholson, the outstanding sophomore, coming off a tremendous freshman season in the pitcher's circle. And she will see a very good set of bats here for Gilmer County. The Titans will lead it off with the shortstop, Taylor McHenry, followed by Emma Taylor, the catcher, and then the pitcher, Kara Ferguson. Hitters 1, 2, and 3 in the Titan order. Appreciate those people who are listening and watching from outside of the state. Seen some South Carolina, some Ohio. Go ahead and let us know where you guys are watching from. We always appreciate people outside of our listening area tuning in on Facebook.
Yeah, it's always great. It's nice for it's nice for us to be able to provide more than just our voices. To let people see what's going on in the action. It's really been a great year so far. And trying to bring as much coverage to Roane County athletics.
First pitch from Mahaley Nicholson to Taylor McHenry is opposite field over the 200-foot fence, and a leadoff first pitch home run to Taylor McHenry. Wow, that is a way to get things going for Gilmer County.
Yeah, right off the bat. I mean, I mentioned in pregame that we were expecting, a lot of balls to be hit to right field because of Nicholson's ability to get the ball over the plate quickly, but that was just a really nice at-bat, one swing over the fence for McHenry. Just went with the pitch and took it over the right center field wall.
Now, I remember this Gilmer County offense is very, very good. So if they can catch up to Nicholson's shots, obviously they're going to come in very quickly. They can go away very quickly as well. Beautiful location on that pitch to Emma Taylor. Again, Haley Nicholson is no rookie. One hit, one home run, not going to really bother her at all. She'll just get right back to work.
We saw that so much last year as a freshman. He had the cool demeanor of an upperclassman.
Inside corner pitch, that one fouled high into the sky, and it will just sail out of play as Mitchell over at first giving a look. 0-2 the count to Taylor. 3-1 now here in the bottom of the first inning. I like that people can watch, but really Matt White's silky smooth voice would be enough.
Enough for you maybe, but I don't want to subject everybody to that all the time.
0-2 pitch off speed, and she pulled the hook and got Taylor early and right away after the first home run. Nicholson fights back with a strikeout.
Yeah, great job just to settle in. You know, like I said, one pitch, one home run, one run on the board. It's okay. It's no big deal. You know Nicholson's going to settle right in, strikes out the next batter.
Pitcher versus pitcher as Kara Ferguson steps in. Looks on at one in the turf. 1-0 the count to Ferguson. Raider boys in the building here. They're watching their classmates here on the girls' side. They'll be playing over on the men's field immediately following the Glenville State College game. College baseball going on over there to our left. So the boys will take the field at around 7 p.m. 1-1 pitch, Ferguson out in front. Again, Nicholson working the pitches nicely, mixing it up, try to keep the batters guessing.
Yeah, the thing about it is the delivery looks the same, but when you take just a little bit off of it, hard to pick up on that one.
Good location on the inside pitch, and that will be strikeout number 2 of the inning. That one got Ferguson looking.
And just like that, you work from the outside in, and it tends to freeze the batter because they think it's coming in, you know, a lot further inside than what it's going to. Great pitch location there from Nicholson.
Cleanup hitter, the first baseman, Layla Smith, stepping into the right side of the batter's box. First offering gets away from Nicholson way upstairs and outside. With so many innings last year for Nicholson, she really had control the majority of the time. Every once in a while, Matt, late in game situations, she might lose some accuracy, but for the most part, as a freshman coming in, she was so good last year. 2-0 the start to Smith, though.
You see Katie Young did her best freeze frame, trying to get the ump to give her that call, but as it stands, 2-0.
This delivery missing. And 3-0 to Smith. All bases are open here in the bottom of the first. 3-1 Roane County Lady Raiders. 3 off of 3 hits in the top of the first. A first pitch home run for Taylor McHenry is the run on the board for Gilmer County at the moment. Time called. Nicholson got to readjust and retie the shoe.
Need to lace some things up with a boot knot.
I have no idea what you just said, Matt. Matt knows his knots. Here comes the windup, the 3-0 pitch. Green light for Smith. A healthy cut. Nothing but air on that one. Now Nicholson going to try to fight back here. Down 3-1 in the count with 2 outs and nobody on. Bottom of the first inning, 3-1. Lady Raiders with the early lead. 3-1 pitch, outside corner, called strike 2.
What a beautiful location on that one. You know, it's pretty rare to see on a 3-0 count coach give a green light. Must have a lot of confidence in this freshman hitter and Layla Smith.
All right, here comes the full count pitch, swing and a miss, and Nicholson gives up one swing over the fence, strikes out the next 3 batters, 1, 2, and 3. After 1 inning, it is Roane County up 3-1. Top of the second coming after this. Back inside the Sumor Sports Complex, top of the second inning we go. Roane County's Fair Smelko, a freshman digging in. Smelko, the daughter of Jesslyn, one of the assistant coaches, and granddaughter of the head cheese over there, Sam Salvucci, in his familiar first base batter's box. 0-1. Smelko takes a swing at the next one, bloops it in the infield. Going to be a tough play. At short for McHenry, she stuffs the throw. She double clutched Matt, and Smelko showing the wheels at first.
Well, that was a case of, McHenry got to the ball quickly enough. I think it just maybe got stuck in the glove whenever you're trying to transition from, your glove hand to your throwing hand. But, yeah, great hustle down the line from Smelko.
Immediately a runner aboard here in the top of the second. Back to the top of the order, Piper Harlan. Struck out looking in the first inning. Lady Raiders leading 3-1 as we begin this second inning of play. The senior Ferguson rocks and fires straight back up the gut. It goes. Ferguson knocks it down and wisely takes the out at first. And Harlan, although she'll be frustrated not on the base pass, she advances Smelko into scoring position.
Yeah, she might have got out in front of that one just a little bit too much. Give credit, though, to Ferguson. Made a nice play to backhand that one and knock it down.
Back to Carly Greathouse, who walked on 4 straight pitches. Her first plate appearance was forced out at third. And she has yet to see a strike. 1-0 the count. This time she will. She'll knock it down the third baseline. Quickly grabbed up by Frazier across to first. They will take the outs, and that will send Smelko over to third base, so getting a little closer there on the sacrifice.
Well, both of those were just about as good as, a normal bunt. I mean, you get the swinging bunt, force the defense to react, and either way, you advance the runner over. Someone in scoring position now for Caden Steele up to the plate.
Steele's second plate appearance, swings at a high fastball. This one gobbled up by McHenry, quickly across, and a very fast top of the second for Roane County. One runner aboard, no damage. We'll move to the bottom of the second. Roane County leading 3-1. We welcome you back inside the Sumor Sports Complex. After 1.5 innings of play, Roane County leading Gilmer County 3-1. A very fast top of the second for Roane County. Defensively, very good were the Titan infielders. One runner aboard on one base hit, no runs, no errors, and no damage. To the bottom half of the second we go. And we're going to see hitters 5, 6, and 7 in the Titan order. Bailey Frazier, the third baseman, followed by second baseman Michaela Taylor and designated player Ashlyn Bourne. So after the first pitch went over the fence in the bottom of the first inning off of Nicholson, she struck out the next 3 batters to end that first. See if she comes back humming here in the second. That was a hard throw, an outside pitch. Frazier late to swing and misses.
That was one of those just overpowering, showing the velocity behind that one.
Down the middle she goes, and another swing and a miss. As Frazier behind in the count, 0-2 quickly.
I kind of wonder if she's going to pull the hook on this one, take a little bit off of it.
It looked like she was trying to, Matt, and I think lost control of that one. That one hopped. Young, just keeping Katie on her toes over there behind the plate.
Yeah, you don't want her to get bored or anything.
Yeah, the 1-2 pitch. That one rides away. And the count even now at 2-2. Michaela Taylor in the on-deck circle for the Titans. Head coach Wendell Tomlin in the third base box. Nicholson rocks and fires, missing inside. We got a full count. Here comes the payoff pitch from Nicholson, outside corner, and right there to paint it was the catcher, Katie Young, for strikeout number 4.
Yeah, nice battle back. You got ahead in the count. Lost a couple of pitches, did Nicholson, but a great job on that 6th pitch there. Strikeout, great freeze frame there by Young.
Second baseman, Michaela Taylor to the plate. And Nicholson shaking off the first 3 opportunities before she even took the rubber there. Whatever she wanted, she got. Taylor missed on the swing.
Now you could see on that one, Nicholson really wanted to attack on that first pitch.
Here's one popped up behind home plate, and Katie Young out of the crouch and the basket catch over near the on-deck circle for out number 2.
Now we've seen Young. She's a really good athlete there behind the plate. Does such a great job of just controlling, pitches when they're off kilter a little bit. Does a great job of blocking. Quick reaction, great play there. Get the second out here in the bottom of the second.
3-1 Roane County here in the bottom half of the second inning. Nicholson looking for a 1-2-3 inning. And she's facing off against the designated player, Ashlyn Bourne, batting for the flex player, the right fielder, Mackenzie White. 1-0 the count early. Next offering, that one low and inside, almost clipping the toenail of Bourne. Get that one, Matt?
Clipping the toenail. I see what you did there.
Thank you. I felt like if you didn't, I had to mention it because I didn't want it to go by unheard or recognized. 2-0 the count. Nicholson rocks and fires. This one missing away. So 3-0 for the second time in the inning.
I always appreciate a good one-liner, Drew.
Is that what you appreciate?
That's not all I appreciate about you.
3-0 the count. Nicholson, she will just let this one go. So 4 strikeouts before Nicholson gives up a walk. Down to number 8. It's number 8 in the lineup and number 8 position out in the field. The center fielder, Stevie Starsick. I hear a lot of these names that you heard in basketball season. A lot of these girls were on that tremendous Gilmer County team. Played for a state championship just a couple of weeks ago. Swing and a miss by Starsick on the first opportunity. 3-1 Roane County, bottom second. 0-1 pitch called, strike on the outside corner. 0-2.
Again, just another great location on that pitch, painting the outside corner. And again, Katie Young, 4-year starter behind the plate. She knows how to freeze those corners.
Trying to freeze that one a little bit too high, though. Count 1-2. 2 outs here. Runner on first in the top of the third. Roane County will send Mitchell, Young, Nicholson to the plate. 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up. And the 1-2 pitch off speed in the dirt. Good stop behind the plate, though.
One of the things, those folks of you watching here can notice, the angle of the sun is beating directly into the whole right side of the infield and outfield. Could make for some tough plays here in the next couple of innings.
Next pitch, tattooed out of play, first base side. And Starsick stays alive with a 2-2 count.
Absolutely gorgeous evening here. Beautiful facility. Yeah, we always love doing games up here. Always a great view. 2-2
pitch. Whoa, that one almost caught Starsick. And now Nicholson battling through a little bit of accuracy issues. 3-2 the count to the number 8 hitter in the Titan order. Roane County leading 3-1. The windup and the payoff pitch, and that one's going to miss outside as well. So after the first 2 outs issued, back-to-back walks for Nicholson.
Right out of the box comes Katie Young out to settle down her pitcher. You don't need a full-on meeting at the plate when you've got such an experienced player behind the plate, and Katie Young just wanting to come out, try to settle her pitcher down a little bit, give her a breather.
And again, that is just what she does and has done.
That's a great veteran move that we saw her do even as a freshman.
Well, she will be dearly missed, and whoever follows in those footsteps got big shoes to fill. 2 outs, runners on first and second. The number 9 hitter, the left fielder Morgan. And the first pitch missing inside to Malaysia Morgan. And if you're Nicholson, Matt, you'd love to get out of this inning right now, not have to see McHenry again with runners on base.
Yeah, absolutely. Or you want to come back and prove your merit against the player that just knocked one over the fence on you. But ideally, you don't want to see that in a bases-loaded situation, so you want to get Morgan out here if at all possible.
2-0 the count now to Morgan. Bourne out at second, Starsick at first. And the 2-0 pitch, that one going to miss low and inside. 3-0 now. So Nicholson, early battle here in the ball game in the bottom of the second inning. Roane County leading 3-1. .30 pitch, that one's going to miss. So 3 straight walks now issued by the sophomore Mahaley Nicholson. The bases are loaded, and McHenry, who just on the first pitch of the game in the bottom of the first slapped it opposite field over the 200-foot gap in left center field, or right center field, sorry.
We'll see here, tough spot. We've seen Nicholson many a times be able to settle in, try to battle herself out of this tough spot.
And the good thing is you've got 2 outs and a force out at any single base if you can get a ground ball in the infield.
Of course, at this point, I mean, we're needing to throw a strike.
And there is one. Strike thrown, strike fouled off right over our heads here behind home plate, right above the home plate umpire, where I can challenge his balls and strikes. I haven't had any issues yet, Matt.
Oh, you've got plenty of issues, Drew. What are you talking about?
Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That one slides inside. McHenry turns away from it. 2-1 the count. On deck, the number 2 hitter and the catcher, Emma Taylor. McHenry representing the lone run so far, the solo home run. 3-1, Roane County leading here in the bottom of the second inning. Bases loaded for the Titans. And 2 outs. And the 2-1 pitch, looking for an outside corner call, and that one did not come. So 3-1 the count now to McHenry. Nicholson in a bind.
Just got to take a big, deep breath here.
And she fires it, and that one ripped under the glove of Williams. That one gets to the fence. 1 run will score. 2 run will score. Morgan coming to the plate. The throw home not in time. And a bases clearing double for Taylor McHenry, who moves on to third after the throw home. And just like that, Gilmer County takes the lead for the first time.
Out of the plate, number 12, Emma Taylor.
Really a pretty good pitch from Nicholson. Just a better job of turning on it and driving it out into right center field. I mean, you can see McHenry, no stranger to that right center field gap.
Emma Taylor to the plate now. Looks on at a strike. And again, as you mentioned, Matt, that was a low in the zone outside corner pitch. That's just a great piece of hitting by McHenry. So she now responsible for all 4 of the runs that have crossed for the Titans. Nicholson staying on that outside corner, swing and a miss. 0-2 now to Taylor.
And a big start to the game here for the senior McHenry for the Lady Titans. Roane County, just get out of this inning.
0-2 pitch, off speed. Woo. That one framed an extra half second for the home plate umpire. Maybe a little bit up in the zone.
Yeah, I think it had the outside corner. It may have just been up against the numbers a little bit too far.
And the 1-2 pitch, off speed, and there she goes. Nicholson finally out of the inning with her 5th strikeout of the day. The damage, though, done. 4-3 is your score after 2. Top of the 3rd coming here. Roane County back to the plate after this. Two in the books here at the Sumor Sports Complex in Gilmer County, West Virginia. A big 3-run inning in the bottom of the 2nd for the Titans. Once again, off the bat of Taylor McHenry. 3 walks, though, Matt, back to back for Nicholson, led to the big bases clearing double. Roane County now here in the top of the 3rd, trailing 4-3. Lacey Mitchell to the plate. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 for Roane County. Mitchell ripped one right back to the shin of the pitcher Ferguson in the 1st inning. Reached on a fielder's choice, scored on the RBI by Nicholson. Now this one's going to clip the back toe as Mitchell was trying to get out of the way. So a hit batter. And Roane County has the tying run aboard here in the top of the 3rd. Corner's playing in here for a possible bunt situation. I don't know. Katie Young likes to swing the bat. RBI double in the 1st inning, and she swings heavy at this one. That's going to go deep and high. Is it enough? Not enough. Just hits the top of the wall, and Roane County will run around the bases a little bit as Mitchell will make it to 3rd. Matt, she had to wait to make sure that was going to drop in. I thought it might go over the top of the fence. I think it may have hit a little bit of orange at the top.
Yeah, it was at least about 3/4 of the way up the wall when it hit. Just, again, great hitting from the senior catcher, Katie Young. We'll get the pinch runner again for her, Elizabeth Greathouse, I believe.
And that will bring the pitcher, Mahaley Nicholson, to the plate. She had the big 2 RBI single in the 1st inning. Young now with back-to-back doubles to begin this game. Tying run at 3rd, go-ahead run at 2nd. Next pitch, this one's popped up foul. Over the first base side, it'll hit the roof over the head of the Roane County fans. 0-2 quickly here to Nicholson. The lead is 1 for Gilmer at the moment, 4-3, off speed, upstairs.
Good job to lay off of that one. Looked like that was going to be a tough pitch. It was pretty good location by Ferguson. You're trying to get her to chase that one.
1-2 over the middle, but took a little bit off of it, and Nicholson out in front of that one. That will be strikeout number 2 of the game for the senior Kara Ferguson. 1 out here in the inning. Now Boatwright, she singled in the 1st. First pitch, that one did not quite drop into the zone. 1-0. So Mitchell hit by a pitch. She's over at 3rd. Again, Elizabeth Greathouse, the pinch runner for Young, at 2nd. Boatwright slams this one under the glove of the shortstop, and that will send home the tying run. Greathouse hustling over to 3rd, and in with the RBI single is Michaela Boatwright. That would have been a tough play for McHenry. It just fell out of the sky at the last second.
Yeah, you kind of got trapped in the middle there. Were you going to be able to make a play on the ball in the air, or did you need to back up a little bit and field it? And tough play on a hard hit ball.
So Roane County ties it at 4. Snap throw down to the shortstop, trying to fool Greathouse. And I tell you, if that fools you at this point with a third base coach in your ear, I'm saying it's on the third base coach. I'm going to tell Kate that too. So runners at second and third, now 1 out. Tie ball game at 4 apiece with Callie Williams at the plate. Williams grounded out to the pitcher Ferguson to end that first inning. And she's in front of the count, 2-0 quickly. Smelko on deck, the number 9 hitter. Next pitch dribbled towards the shortstop. They're going to go home with it. The throw on time, and the throw too high. And what happened was Emma Taylor did not get the tag down in time. And Taylor turns to the home plate umpire and stares him down like, thought I tagged her out. I think what happened, Matt, is she tagged her up at the high area near her helmet.
Yeah, I think the feet got in underneath of that tag, and the tag was applied more in the upper part of the body.
So Williams will reach on a fielder's choice, and while Taylor was staring down the home plate umpire, Williams said, I'm heading to second. So a smart base running play there. I wish we had Joe McDonald here. We could have seen instant replay of that.
Yeah, that would have been a good one.
There's Smelko, steps up, lays down a beautiful bunt. The throw over to first is in time, and that will score another run, a sack RBI for the freshman, Fair Smelko.
Yeah,
and I almost closed my eyes and squinted a little bit there, Matt. I saw a bunt from the left side of the batter's box, and it takes me back to last year.
Yep.
Well, the last 4.
6-4 now. Roane County regains the lead here in the top of the third. 2 outs.
Yeah, Boatwright comes in to score, and swinging at the first pitch is Piper. Harlan launches it into shallow right center field. It will fall into the glove of Starsick. Roane County, though, fights back with 3 in the top of the third. They lead it again, 6-4. Moving into the bottom of inning number 3, we go. Back and forth we now go. Roane County, a nice top of the third as they plate 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors defensively, and 1 left on base. An interesting play in that inning was a throw home from McHenry, the shortstop, on a ground ball by Callie Williams. And sliding in safely under the tag was the pinch runner, Elizabeth Greathouse. And that added a run to Roane County's total. So we move to the bottom of the third. 3, 4, 5 in the order for the Titans. Kara Ferguson leading it off. She struck out looking back in that first inning, part of a 5-strikeout outing so far for the sophomore Mahaley Nicholson. And Ferguson swings hard at the first offering and misses 0-1.
Yeah, right off the bat, Nicholson looking to kind of attack the batters here, be very aggressive early in the count.
0-1 pitch off speed. That one stays on the corner. And Nicholson working through that tough second inning with some control issues. She walked 3 batters in a row, leading to the 3 RBI double by Taylor McHenry. 0-2 pitch right down Main Street. Nicholson attacks, and on 3 straight pitches, burns Ferguson, the pitcher. 6 Ks now in the scorebook for Nicholson.
It's a good start to the inning after you said that. Some control issues in the second. Comes right back out. Gets that first strikeout, first out on the board.
First baseman Layla Smith stepping in. Clips the first offering foul. I was looking at my book here. The 6 strikeouts have come against hitters 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the order. All 6 of them. 2 for Taylor, 2 for Ferguson, 1 apiece for Smith, and the on-deck batter, Bailey Frazier.
And that last foul ball clipped right off the noggin of Katie Young.
She's got a concrete skull. Here's one ripped back up to the middle of the pitcher's circle. And Nicholson showing her athleticism, getting the glove up and grabbing it over to first. It goes into the glove of Mitchell. Back-to-back outs now.
Yeah, that was a tough play. It was hit hard up the middle. Great hand-eye coordination, great reaction by Nicholson. Get that second out here in the bottom of the third with the Raiders up 6-4.
Now the third baseman, Frazier, steps in. She struck out after the count was full in the second, wasting no time swinging at the first offering in her second at-bat. 0-1 the count, 6-4, Roane County leading in the bottom of the third. 0-1 pitch outside. And again, looking for her first 1-2-3 inning of the game is Nicholson. She had the first 2 batters in that second inning before walking the next 3. Going outside, inside, that one missing a little too far.
That one's a good pitch because, you know, you have the, there's always the chance that the hitter can, go chasing one of those that riding in on the hands.
2-1 offering, that one missing away as well. 3-1 the counts. 2 outs, nobody on. Here in the bottom of inning number 3, Roane County leading 6-4. 3-1 pitch, and just as last inning, Matt, the first 2 batters put down and then a walk. Let's see if Nicholson can make it just 1 walk and try to get out of this inning.
Yeah, let's hope. You definitely don't want to replay the last inning, just giving up base runners.
Michaela Taylor popped out to Young behind home plate on a bunt attempt in the second inning. Swings and misses at the first opportunity. It is a gorgeous day here. 65, sunny, breezy, just gorgeous weather at the Sue Moore Sports Complex. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Nicholson going right at the batter. 2 straight pitches, fastballs down the middle.
And like we've said, just a gorgeous facility here, housing baseball, softball. There's 3 big fields, big practice field, all kinds of great practice complexes.
And all sorts of great action here as Nicholson, 3 straight down the middle, strikes out the batter Taylor. Just 1 aboard, no damage in the bottom of the third. To the 4th inning we go. Roane County to the plate leading 6-4. Top of the 4th inning we go. Roane County to the plate. Carly Greathouse will dig in first. In the bottom of the third, Nicholson, a strikeout, a ground out, and then a walk followed by another strikeout. No hits, no runs, no errors, one left on. Here is Greathouse smacking one right at the shortstop. McHenry did not have to move right or left, and he put out 6-3.
Well, it was good contact, just hit right at the shortstop. Like you said, McHenry didn't even have to move. Fielded that one cleanly. And this artificial surface, you don't have to worry about too many unexpected bounces. You're probably going to get a clean field majority of the time.
Yeah, it's a speedy track. Here is Steele stepping up, swinging at the first offering. Opposite field, gap shot. Steele around to second in. With the stand-up double is Cadence Steele.
It was a great job just going opposite field, taking the pitch. Was out there on that outside corner, just making great contact. Roane County's been making some hay here with a lot of extra base hits in this ball game.
Roane County leading 6-4, looking for more. This one popped up, though, into left field. Morgan standing underneath it. Had a little trouble there for a second, but Lacey, how many times have I done that in the very short career of Lacey Mitchell?
Almost every time.
She was officially 0 for 1 before that one, a fielder's choice reach and then a hit by pitch. She did score 2 runs, so 2 outs here quickly in the top of the 4th. And Katie Young back to the plate, a pair of doubles and an RBI for the senior catcher. Looking to add to Roane County's lead right now.
She took that last at bat for a ride almost over the right center field fence.
This one, boy, a healthy cut at that one. Young underneath it, fouls it back out of play. 1-1 the count as the softball comes flying right down in front of us again. You got Steele out there at second with the double. Young looks on, that one just catching the inside corner.
That was just a really nice pitch. It moved from outside to in and just froze Young there at the plate.
Ferguson rocks and fires. High pitch. Ooh. Oh, my goodness.
Whew.
That is going to go straight up the middle. That's going to send Steele around to score. That was so scary, though, as Young tore the cover off the softball, and Ferguson, who got hit in the shin early by Mitchell, just got her head out of the way of that one, Matt, and avoided what could have been catastrophe.
Yeah, that was a very dangerous situation. Just very fortunate that Ferguson was able to duck right until last second.
So
wow.
Young now 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored here. Well, technically her pinch runner, Greathouse, has scored 2 runs. Mahaley Nicholson to the plate. She had a 2 RBI single in the first. She'll go opposite field right into the glove of the first baseman. Nobody there. It was a tremendous play by Smith to knock down that rip shot. But unable to get there in time was Taylor from second or Ferguson. So the inning will continue here. And that is one of those ones I absolutely hate to give an error on because that was a very difficult play.
Yeah, that was. It was a hard hit shot, but, I mean, you got to say anytime it hits the glove like that, you got to make that play.
7-4, Roane County. Boatwright to the plate. Looks on at the first opportunity. Boatwright with an RBI single in the last inning, helping Roane County get back out in front. Singled also in the first, was stranded out at second. 7-4, Roane County. Here in the 4th. This one ripped up the middle. McHenry, though, quick to it, and she'll step on the bag for out number 3. Roane County tacks one on in the top of the 4th, though, after 3.5 innings, 7-4, Roane County. Moving into the bottom of inning number 4, Roane County here at the Sumor Sports Complex, leading the host Titans of Gilmer County High School 7-4. Lady Raiders tacking on a run in the top of the 4th. One run, 2 hits, 1 error, and a pair of base runners left aboard. To the bottom of the inning we go, and the bottom of the order, 7, 8, and 9 due up here for the Lady Titans. Designated player Ashlyn Bourne walked and scored in the second, her second plate appearance against Nicholson. Emma Haley rocks in, fires, a fastball missing away to begin this at-bat. She was the first one born, by the way, after those 2 outs in the second that Nicholson walked in a row, first of 3. Back across the plate goes Nicholson. Bourne rips it foul, first baseline side.
Yeah, if you're a Roane County fan, you'd much rather see a quick 1-2-3 inning. You definitely don't want to see McHenry again at the top of this lineup with runners on base.
She's obviously able to produce. 1-1 offering, moving back inside, a little too far. 2-1 the count. Yeah, McHenry, first pitch she saw in the bottom of the first, ripped that one opposite field, gap shot home run, and then with bases loaded, she drilled a 3 RBI bases clearing double in that second. 2-1 pitch, that one low and inside, 3-1. Bourne followed by Starsick in the on-deck circle. In the hole is Malaysia Morgan. A 3-1 pitch upstairs. And a second straight walk issued to Bourne.
You had the corner there, just left it up and out of the zone just a little bit. So,
barring a double play, you might see McHenry here in this inning. Starsick, one of those 3 walks in a row again in the second. And Nicholson starts her off with one high and away. 1-0 the count. Lady Raiders be back in action tomorrow evening at Roane County's softball field. A makeup game from last night's cancellation with Calhoun County.
After that game getting postponed last week,
yeah,
we're going to try for a third time to get Lady Raiders versus the Lady Red Devils on the air.
And we've had it scheduled both times at least. Something about a tornado yesterday. 1-1 the count to Starsick. And this one hops Young. Look at her back there, just gobbling it up. No problems for Katie Young, but 2-1. The count to the number 8 hitter, the center fielder. Nicholson trying to bear down. Looking for the outside corner, not given. 3-1 once again. 7-4 Roane County, bottom of the 4th inning. And Nicholson showing some might. Fires back on the outside corner to load the count full. She had a full count to Starsick the first time in the second inning. We'll look for a different outcome this time. 3-2 pitch down the middle, and she will get the center fielder swinging. And that is strikeout number 8 on the evening for Mahaley Nicholson.
Now the plate, number 3, Malaysia.
It's kind of been a little bit of the, you always think about the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good for Mahaley is great. Sometimes the bad, it gets a little bit, a little bit ugly.
Here's Morgan stepping up, fires it right to the shortstop, and almost a double play made here. Just missing, though. That was a good play by Caden Steele. That one jammed Morgan. It was just a soft floater right to the shortstop. They had Bourne off the bag for just a little bit, and she scurried back in time, just ahead of the throw. 2 outs, though.
That was a great play, though, to scoop that one up off of the turf from Mitchell there at first. Like you said, the throw came in a little bit low, and, if you let that one get by you, you certainly don't want to get the extra base runner to advance after a great play there at short by Steele.
Emma Taylor.
So a little bit of strategery here, Matt White. They are not looking at McHenry at all. They're going to send her to first on the automatic walk, the automatic base on balls, and I think that's pretty good strategy seeing that McHenry has really done a job here today already.
Yeah, she's driven in all 4 of Gilmer County's runs, so yeah, definitely smart play.
Here's one nubbed over to the first base area. Going to be a tough play. Got a hustle, not in time. It was Mitchell getting the play and then trying to hustle over. She wasn't going to get there, noticed it, tried to feed it to Williams. And Taylor in front of that one with the infield single. Bases loaded now in the bottom half of the 4th, with Roane County leading 7-4.
The good thing here, though, you have a force out at any base, so no matter where, whatever the nearest play you can make, go ahead and make that one.
Tying run aboard first with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. The pitcher, Ferguson, a pair of strikeouts in this ball game. 1-0 pitch, inside corner, perfect frame, called strike 1.
Good job there, 1-1 count. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th, 7-4 Raiders on top, bases loaded.
1-1 pitch, inside corner again, that one just missing. 2-1 the count to Ferguson. Layla Smith on deck, the base is jacked. Again, Roane County choosing to intentionally walk McHenry, trying to get out of the jam now. 2-1 offering, low, 3-1. Nowhere to put Ferguson right now.
So you've got to get one over the plate here. You definitely don't want to give them an easy walk home.
3-1, and that will be a walk home. After the bases go loaded, Nicholson unable to get Ferguson, so all runners will advance. And walking across was
Now on the plate, 0-0, Layla Smith.
Ashlyn Bourne. Now 7-5, Roane County leading, and Layla Smith to the plate. Swings heavy at the first offering and misses. Smith 0 for 2. She struck out in the first inning and ripped one right back to Nicholson in the 3rd for the 1-3 put out. This one ripped into the gap in left center field. That will drop in. This one may clear the bases. It will. For the 2nd straight time in this ball game, a bases clearing shot will give the Gilmer County Lady Titans a 1-run lead. It was McHenry in the 2nd who cleared it with a 3 RBI double. And this time it is Layla Smith, the cleanup hitter.
You could tell that Smith was dialed in on that at-bat. She was really looking to drive the ball. Did so. Great shot in left center field. And like you said, that's going to give Gilmer County the 1-run lead, 8-7. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th.
So when you had the decision to intentionally walk McHenry, you were hoping for no damage. And it just didn't come through as Taylor with the single. In the infield, there was just no way that Roane County could have gotten her in time. You were hoping to limit the damage after the 1-run crossed, and you just didn't get it there. So Roane County, for the 2nd time, will be battling from behind. Bailey Frazier now stepping to the plate, 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Swings at the first offering and misses. Roane County in the top half of the 5th. Have 8-9-1 coming to the plate. Williams, Smelko, and Harlan. 0-1 pitch. Nicholson wasting no time. Heaters down the pipe.
I think this is one of those situations where you're not trying to get too cute. You're just trying to show your power and just try to get yourself out of this inning.
And just as you say that, she goes off speed. That one missing upstairs, 1-2 the counts. Good battle here between these two Little Kanawha Conference rivals. 1-2 pitch, outside corner, called strike 3. Strikeout number 9 of the game for Nicholson, but the damage done once again. A 4-run inning for Gilmer County, and they lead 8-7 after 4. And we welcome you back to the Sumor Sports Complex for the second straight time. Roane County, well, I wouldn't say the second straight time, but for the second time in the game, Roane County gives up a lead with a big inning. 4 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on for Gilmer County. They lead 8-7 here. Callie Williams at the plate, squares, drops a bunt. Third baseman coming in quickly, and I'm telling you what, when I say quickly, Frazier was nearly standing on home plate when Williams dropped that bunt down. And the 5-4 putout to begin the top of the 5th.
Yeah, that was just a lightning fast reflexes there from Frazier at third.
So Fair Smelko, she's had a successful first couple of plate appearances. Singled in the second inning, was stranded at third, and then had the sac RBI in the third inning, scoring Katie Young's pinch runner, Greathouse. This one slapped opposite field, very shallow in left field. Coming on, though, and making the grab is Malaysia Morgan. A quick 2 outs for the Lady Raider offense. So Roane County now trailing 8-7. After leading 3-1, they trailed 4-3 back in inning number 2. Top of the order.
If ever there was somebody due for a hit right now, it would be Piper Harlan.
Yeah, she is 0 for 3. She did have a sacrifice in the second, but she struck out in the first, grounded out in the second, flew out to center field in the third. 1-0 the count. Down the middle, and she'll rip hard at this one. That one goes foul, though. Yeah, Harlan is a very good hitter. We've seen that throughout her freshman campaign last year. And she's absolutely due here tonight. And she will swing heavy at this one. That's underneath it. That's going to pop up to center field. Moving in is Starsick, and just as quickly as the inning started, it is over. 1-2-3. Lady Raiders go down without a fight. Bottom of the 5th we go. 8-7 Gilmer County. Moving into the bottom of inning number 5, Roane County trails Gilmer County 8-7. A 1-2-3 top of the 5th for the Lady Raiders. They provided not a lot of offense. A ground out, a pop out, and a pop out. 1-2-3 went Roane County. Bottom of 5 we go. Back to the bottom of the order for Gilmer County. 6, 7, and 8 coming to the plate. And this 6, 7, and 8 in the order, and add 9 to it, they have produced 4 of the 8 runs. Getting on base, Michaela Taylor will be the first to the plate, the second baseman, 0 for 2. Popped out on a bunt and then struck out in the second and third innings respectively. Swings at 1. 0-1 the count to Taylor.
Just attacking with a high heat fastball. Try to get you to chase it.
And that one outside a little bit, but swung on and missed by Taylor. Nicholson has been a little bit Jekyll and Hyde here, Matt. 9 strikeouts, but 6 walks issued as well.
And for whatever reason has struggled against the bottom of this order, but just like that, fans the first batter on 3 straight pitches.
Well, that's a good start to the bottom of the 5th, and I think for Roane County, they need a little bit of momentum here. They kind of got the air knocked out of them after that big 4-run fourth, followed by the quick top of the 5th. Ashlyn Bourne, she has walked twice and scored twice. And she will start off with a strike looking on the inside corner.
That was a beautiful location on that one, low inside, right at the knees. It's one you don't want to take a swing at, but if you hit your mark, tried to go right back to it after that, misses inside a little bit.
In fact, that was just the second strike thrown to Bourne in 3 at-bats. 1-1 the count now. Bottom fifth, 8-7 Gilmer leads. And the 1-1 missing in the turf. Roane County held a 3-1 lead into the second, had 2 outs, gave up the 3-run RBI, or the 3 RBI double to McHenry. Roane County got back in front 7-4. And then a big 4-run inning, including the 3 RBI double for Layla Smith. And that's where we stand. 2-2 the count as Bourne goes after that one. We'll see if Nicholson can get Bourne for the first time today. 2-2 pitch down the middle, ripped towards the second baseman. Williams gobbles it up across to Mitchell for out number 2.
And that's a benefit of having this turf infield. You can read the ball a whole lot easier. You know, if you're on a natural surface, maybe that's a harder play to make. A good job there from Williams at second, getting the second out here in the bottom of the fifth.
We're into the fifth, and twice we've had an opportunity for a 3-up, 3-down inning. Starsick to the plate as Nicholson attempts to get Gilmer County just as Roane County did in the top half of the fifth. 1-0 the count. Starsick walked on a full count in the second and scored, and then struck out in the fourth. Inside pitch that time. 2-0 the count. Lady Raiders in the top of the sixth. Carly Greathouse, Caden Steele, Lacey Mitchell. Hitters 2, 3, and 4 in the Roane County order. 2-0 offering, swing and a foul ball. Lady Raiders again will be in action tomorrow night at home versus Calhoun County, twice canceled due to weather issues. And then on Saturday we'll travel over there to Ravenswood. Doubleheader action, Kaiser first, followed by Ravenswood. 2 and 4 o'clock for those 2 games. A 1-2 pitch, off speed, right over the middle.
That one just had a ton of movement. He said it's spinning back in toward the right-handed hitter. You think that it's going to go carry inside, but it hangs right on that corner. 2-2
pitch, missing low, and for the third straight time, by the way, to Starsick, it is a full count. Lost her once, got her once. Malaysia Morgan on deck, the number 9 hitter. Payoff pitch down the middle, ripped towards Steele at short, gobbles it up across, and Roane County finally with a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the fifth. We move to the sixth, Roane County to the plate trailing 8-7. Into the top of the sixth inning we go. Just a couple of innings remaining for Roane County offensively as they trail 8-7. A 1-2-3 inning for both sides in that fifth. Roane County with Carly Greathouse coming to the plate. 2, 3, and 4 in the top of the sixth for the Lady Raiders. Greathouse swings at the first pitch. Backhanded by McHenry. A long throw across would not have been in time. A great effort for the senior shortstop, but Greathouse legs it out for the leadoff infield single. So Caden Steele coming to the plate. Steele walked and scored in the first, grounded out to McHenry in the second, a double. and a run scored in the fourth. Roane County trailing 8-7, tying run on the base paths. And they're going to send Greathouse here, and that was a very bold strategy, Cotton. Luckily for Roane County, Taylor, the catcher, threw it high, and Greathouse slides in under the tag. Whew.
Yeah, if that throw's on line, I think they've got Greathouse dead to rights, but good job getting underneath of that high throw.
That will take away the double play opportunity. Steele ahead in the count 1-0, launches this one into shallow right center field. Moving over and making the grab is the center, and center fielder throwing over to third. Phew. Matt, I'm going to need a nitrate pill again. They sent Greathouse, and that was a shallow shot by Steele. Starsick threw it on line, but it just didn't get there in time, so they've moved the tying run all the way over to third. And now you've got the cleanup hitter for Roane County, Lacey Mitchell, coming to the plate.
I mean, you got to appreciate being aggressive on the base paths, but it's definitely scary.
Mitchell rips it over towards the shortstop area. Again, McHenry knocks it down with the backhand, but no throw made. They had to keep Greathouse close to the bag at third. You don't want to risk giving up a throw home and an out there, so I like the decision.
Yeah, that was a good job, I think, too, to hold that runner at third. You know, you got runners on the corners now.
And you got Katie Young to the plate. She is 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs and 2 doubles.
And that one that was 3/4 of the way up the right center field wall.
Young squares the bunt, backs off, and that was just to move the defense around and give Mitchell a chance to get over there to second. Takes away the double play here with 1 out in the top of the sixth. 8-7 Gilmer. Roane County with 2 runners on, the tying run at third, the go-ahead run at second. Young's going to let that one go, and that one's going to miss outside. 2-0 the counts.
That one may have been a little bit low as well. Good eye there from Young.
Young going to swing at this one, launch it into left center field. Even if this play is made, that's going to score the run. Beautiful play by Starsick, crashing into the left center field wall, making the grab. And Young will score the tying run on the sacrifice. That will move Mitchell, the go-ahead run, over to third. And Young can't believe that Starsick caught that. She was hanging there at first saying, what? She caught that ball? So another RBI for Katie Young, and that will bring Nicholson to the plate. And she will rip it up the middle, and she will give her own cause some help. That will give Roane County the lead back, in with a stand-up RBI double, and the lead is Mahaley Nicholson.
Just like that, Roane County back up by 1. Top of the sixth, now 2 outs, 9-8 the score. Great back-to-back hitting from the middle of that lineup between Mitchell, Young, and now Nicholson. And Nicholson's hit the ball pretty well so far in this game. Finally gets one to go.
2 RBI double in the first. Stepping up, swinging at the first pitch is Boatwright. She'll pop it up into the pitcher's circle for out number 3. Roane County, though, made some hay there, and they were able to get back in front by 1 as we move to the bottom of the sixth. Roane County 9-8. Moving into the bottom of inning number 6, back and forth we go. Roane County now back in front by a single run due to 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base in the top of the 6th inning. As Roane County's middle hitters producing throughout this ball game. All 9 of the runs have come from hitters 2 through 5, except for 1 run in this one. So we move to the bottom of the 6th inning, and Roane County back in front. But the question is you got to see Taylor McHenry. How are you going to get this girl out other than just walking her? It will be hitters 9, 1, and 2 coming up here for Gilmer County. Malaysia Morgan, Taylor McHenry, and Emma Taylor leading it off.
Number 3, Malaysia Morgan.
Maybe you kind of strategize with how this first batter, as Morgan steps in, the number 9 hitter, if you can get her out quickly, do you go ahead and try to challenge McHenry, or do you just give her the base and take your chances with Taylor, Ferguson, and Smith following her?
Morgan 0 for 1. She walked, part of that 3 straight walk outing in the 2nd inning to give McHenry the chance to give them the lead. First pitch called strike on the inside corner. She popped out to Nicholson in the 4th inning. 0-1 pitch back to the inside. That one misses upstairs and inside. Count evens at 1-1. It's a tremendous Little Kanawha Conference battle here between 2 of the best over the years in the LKC. 1-1 pitch back to the outside corner, called strike 2. I remember a couple years ago, Roane County had one of its best teams in school history. We came here, the number 1 seed in the LKC tournament. After defeating Gilmer twice in the regular season, they upset Roane County in the championship to win it. Good outside pitch that time. Morgan goes chasing with the movements, and a number 11 strikeout for Mahaley Nicholson.
Yeah, that's just a direct result of changing the location of your pitches, going inside, working back to that outside corner. It sometimes confuses the hitters. That time, like you said, it got Morgan chasing that one on the outside.
So the strategy will be go at McHenry now. She'll swing at the first pitch. She didn't like that walk in the last at bat.
Yeah, I'm sure she probably took offense to that a little bit and said, hey, I want a chance to drive some more runs in here.
She's got 4 of the 8. Solo home run in the first, a 3 RBI double in the 2nd. 0-1 offering in the dirt, 1-1. Emma Taylor to follow. Roane County a slim 9-8 lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-1 pitch, looking for that inside corner, and just missing again, 2-1.
Yeah, like I said, this one has been back and forth, just both teams not willing to give an inch here in this ball game, turning into a barn burner.
2-1 pitch, outside corner, and look at the piece of hitting done by Taylor McHenry. That was impressive. Threw the bat out on the outside corner and ripped it into the gap between second and first. So she now has a single, a double, and a home run. She's a triple away from the cycle here tonight.
Well, wouldn't that be something?
Tying run at first now for Gilmer County. Emma Taylor, after striking out twice in a row to begin, she had a single and a run scored in that 4-run 4th. 1-0 the count to the catcher. Next pitch, they'll send McHenry. This one's chopped off the plate, and that will be a foul ball. McHenry return to first. And the count 1-1 to Emma Taylor. Nicholson rocks and fires outside corner and called strike 2.
I'd say you give the credit on that one to Katie Young for holding on that outside corner, the old freeze frame, because that one may have been just a tiny little bit outside.
The pitcher Ferguson awaits on deck. The 1-2 pitch off speed, got her swinging as McHenry heading down to second, no throw. And that was a big strikeout. That will get the second out of the inning at least.
Yeah, you were looking for a hit and run action there. McHenry with a green light on the base paths from the start of that one, no hesitation.
So in the top half of this inning, it was the pitcher Nicholson giving Roane County the 1-run lead with the hit. Ferguson now has a duck on the pond in scoring position and a chance to tie it for Gilmer County. 1-0 the count after the first miss. Ferguson struck out looking twice, reached on a walk, and scored an RBI with that bases loaded walk in the fourth. 1-1 pitch slapped into the cage. Roane County, if they can get out of this inning, will take a 1-run lead into the seventh. They'll have 8-9-1 to the plate, looking for insurance. But you got to get out of this one first. The 1-1 pitch, that one gets over the head of Young, and that will send McHenry just a little bit closer to tying this game up at third.
The thing is, you can't worry about the base runner in this situation. 2 outs. Got to concentrate on getting this hitter out hopefully as quickly as possible.
2-1. Next pitch called. Strike at the knees. A delayed call for the strikes for this home plate umpire. I'm always waiting to see.
You don't want to start writing down in your scorebook too quickly.
Yeah, I'm writing in pen. So traditionally a no-no for scorekeepers. 2-2 the count. 2 outs. Runner on third. Here comes the pitch. Boy, and that was a good piece of hitting. I wouldn't have laid off that one because I swing at high heat. Full count now to Ferguson. Layla Smith with a big 3 RBI double in the fourth inning is on deck. Roane County clinging to a 9-8 lead. The payoff pitch missing outside.
Tough go of it here. Now you got runners on the corners. Trying to steal second there during the timeout.
I'll give her an A for effort. How about that?
Hey, if you can slip in there and get away with it, sure, why not? But
so the big bat in Smith. She was 0 for 2 before that fourth inning bases clearing double. And she has a chance. Tying run at third, go-ahead run at first. First pitch down the middle, and now the go-ahead run scoots out to second. 0-1 the count to Smith. Boy, this has been a back-and-forth affair today, and it's been a good one. Oh, 1 pitch, swing and a miss. That one rising out of the zone. Smith still swinging. 0-2 now.
Maybe that's the thing. You try to get Smith to chase a couple of outside pitches here with an 0-2 count. You know, you don't want to leave anything over the plate. Try to get her to chase.
The 0-2 pitch popped up foul. And the count remains.
Good job to stay alive on that one by Smith. Barely got contact. Enough to get the foul ball.
Runners at second and third with 2 outs in the bottom of the sixth. Roane County clinging to a 9-8 lead. Another 0-2 offering inside corner. This one popped up in the middle of the infield and nobody there. Just unfortunate for Roane County. That ball had tons of spin off the bat of Smith, who just barely contacted it. It died on the turf and nobody could get to it in time. The tying run, McHenry, crosses the plate. Ferguson moves on to third.
I feel like on that one, that's the pitcher's responsibility to get over there and cover the bag. They've got the closest angle, and you can see when there's any confusion as to whether first or second is going to be trying to field that one, you know, you've got to get over there and cover that bag.
The trouble with that play is Nicholson thought she could grab it out of the sky. She went after the ball, and by the time that thing dropped, everybody was just kind of standing there looking at each other like, what do we do here? So we're tied at 9 in the bottom of the sixth. Runners at first and third. Pinch runner for Layla Smith. And coming to the plate is Bailey Frazier. She is 0 for 2. A pair of strikeouts and a walk. And this ball game coming all the way down to the wire. First pitch, healthy cut for Frazier into the cage right side.
And like I said, tied up 9 apiece here. Bottom of the sixth, 2 outs. Roane County trying to get out of the jam with runners at the corners.
Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Called. Strike on that outside corner. 0-2.
It's one of the things that I'll give the ump credit for. He's been given that outside corner, a pretty generous spot throughout this entire ball game.
Tying or the go-ahead run at third. The pitch, this one is launched into the gap in right center field. Hits the wall. 1 run will score. Rounding first and headed for home is the pinch runner. And heading over to third is Bailey Frazier, as she has just given Gilmer County a 2-run lead in the bottom of the 6th.
And in that one, we see the problem with a turf field. That thing hit off the bottom of the wall and scooted almost back into second base territory. Tough play to be able to make. You can't cut that thing off when it's just going to hit and roll back that quickly. That allowed the extra run to come in.
They left Smith's pinch runner at first. There was no doubt she was taking off with the 2 outs when that ball was contacted. That was perfect into the right center field wall. And they were able to score that pinch runner from first because of that hit off of the outfield fence. But Frazier with the 2 RBI, 2-out double to give Gilmer County the lead. Alina Gray stepping into the batter's box, pinch hitting now for Michaela Taylor, as Gilmer County has a 2-run lead, 11-9. Gray late on that first pitch, as this was the first time she has seen the speed of Nicholson. Get the sense this thing is not over yet. It's a whole nother inning for both these two offenses. Next pitch, scattered down the first baseline foul, 0-2 quickly to Gray.
Yeah, both of these teams definitely very proficient at the plate. So, yeah, this one's definitely not over, but you definitely don't want to have much more than a 2-run disadvantage going into the last inning if you can help it.
And a called strike 3 on Gray. 3 straight pitches in the zone, and Roane County knows what they've got to do. Top of the 7th, they need 2 to extend the ball game as they trail 11-9. As we move into the 7th inning of play, Roane County now trails 11-9. They need 2 runs in the top half of the 7th at least to extend the game. And Afton Wilson will step in to pinch hit now for Callie Williams. She'll look on at strike 1. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on for Gilmer to take the lead back in the bottom of the 6th. Wilson swings at the next offering, inside corner pitch, slaps it against the cage. It will be Wilson, followed by Ferris Melko, and then the top of the order in Piper Harlan. Roane County no stranger to rallies in innings. Next pitch, off speed, though, and Wilson goes down on 3 pitches. And that is just the 3rd strikeout of the game for for Ferguson. Ferris Melko's had a good day at the plate. Single, a sac RBI. Swings at the first offering, smacks it over towards the baseball field. 0-1. It's been a fun Little Canal Conference game, one of the best conferences for softball in the state. Ferguson rocks and fires. This one's dribbled up the middle towards the second baseman. Taylor fields it and fires across to first at Smith. And Roane County quickly 2 up, 2 down, and quickly down to their final out. And I tell you, you mentioned it, Matt. This one is due. 0 for 4, Piper Harlan today. She's hit it 3 of the 4 times.
See if Roane County's got a little bit of the rally magic left here with the 2 outs.
First pitch drops into the turf. 1-0 the count to Harlan. Now to get this comeback to start, you need a base runner. Carly Greathouse on deck. Next offering stays upstairs, 2-0.
Good job being patient at the plate early in the count. Get yourself a little bit of a hitter's count here and try to get one over the plate. See if you can drive it. You don't need to try to win this thing all at once. You can't. You just need to get on base.
And that one missing inside quickly, 3-0 to Harlan. I would be absolutely bumfuzzled if she didn't have a stop sign right here on a 3-0 count. But what do I know? 3-0 pitch, and she swings out. I told you I didn't know anything.
You don't know a thing, Drew, and neither do I. It's all right.
Interesting. 3-1 the count now to Harlan. Top 7, 11-9. Gilmer with 2 outs. Roane County needs 2 runs. 3-1 pitch down the middle. That one's ripped over into shallow right field. Moving back and not getting to it in time is White, and Harlan has wheels. She will work herself all the way around for the triple. That one just out of reach of White. It just kept sailing, Matt.
It did. It just kept tailing away toward that right field line. White had a pretty good beat on the ball, just couldn't quite get there in time. Great hustle around the base paths.
So you got one on third, but you need this one on base as well. Carly Greathouse stepping to the plate. First pitch swung on, popped up, foul territory, and it will just die in front of us. 2 outs, runner on third. Roane County down here in the top of the 7th inning, 11-9. The tying run at the plate. 1 for 3 tonight is Greathouse with a single and a run scored. The 0-1 pitch, outside corner. This one popped up in the infield, and camping under it is Taylor. She'll put it into the clutches, and Roane County's comeback bid will fall short. What a ball game here today between Gilmer County and Roane County. In the end, it was Gilmer scoring enough at the 6th inning to get the victory. Your final score, 11-9. Titans win it. Roane County falls to 2-1. Gilmer County improves to 3-1. We'll take a break for our sponsors. When we return, we'll give you your statistics, talk about the game, and we'll give out your Willitsey Starter Auto Parts Player of the Game after this. We welcome you back inside the Sue Moore Sports Complex. It was a very good battle in the Little Kanawha Conference today. Unfortunately for the Roane County Lady Raiders, in the end, it was Gilmer County taking the victory 11-9. This ball game was very interesting in many different ways. First off, it was Roane County leading off in the top of the first inning. They got 3 runs to take the early 3-0 lead on 3 hits. And in the bottom of the first, it was the first pitch thrown by Mahaley Nicholson to a batter, Taylor McHenry. It was a sign of things to come. McHenry, an opposite field gap shot home run on the solo shot. Roane County had a 3-1 lead after 1. Into the second inning we go. Roane County, a base runner but no challenge into the bottom of the second inning. It was 2 up, 2 down to start the inning before Nicholson lost some control. She walked 3 straight batters, and then McHenry steps up again in the second inning, rips a bases clearing 3 RBI double, and that immediately gives Gilmer County their first lead 4-3. We move to the third inning. Roane County gets it right back themselves, 3 runs on 2 hits, and so Roane County takes the lead back 6-4. Into the bottom of the third inning we go. It was 2 up, 2 down again, and then a walk followed by another strikeout for Nicholson, so she quieted the bats in the bottom of the third. Into the top of the fourth, Roane County added to their lead with a run on 2 base hits, and so they took a 7-4 lead into the bottom of the fourth. And at that point, once again, it was a base on balls to lead it off, followed by a strikeout and a pop flyout. So you had 1 runner on in the bottom of the fourth with 2 outs. And then McHenry steps up, an intentional walk to McHenry, thinking you're going to get out of the inning, and then a single by Taylor, followed by an RBI walk by Ferguson, and then a 3 RBI bases clearing double by Layla Smith to give the lead back to Gilmer County with 4 runs. They took an 8-7 lead into the fifth. Roane County quieted in the fifth quickly, 1-2-3, but they did the same thing to the bats of Gilmer in the bottom, 1-2-3 innings. So to the sixth we go, Roane County trailing 8-7. In the top of the sixth inning, Roane County able to manufacture the 2 runs they needed to retake the lead at 9-8. But in the bottom of the sixth, Roane County giving up 3 runs to the bats of Gilmer County to trail 11-9. Moving into the seventh, Roane County unable to do anything after getting the first 2 outs, a triple for Piper Harlan, but that was all that Roane County could muster in this one. Roane County out-hit Gilmer County in this one. Roane County with 9 runs on 11 base hits, just 1 error defensively for Gilmer County, and 8 Lady Raiders left on base. I mean that because you look at Gilmer's side, they scored 11 runs on just 7 base hits. No errors defensively for Roane County, and Gilmer left just 4 runners on base. That means, Matt White, that Gilmer County was very efficient when base runners were on the base paths.
Yeah, you're just taking advantage of the opportunities. I mean, we had a chance to get out of an inning. You give up a little infield hit, and then right out of the gate, 3 runs are driven in. It was a great ball game to watch. I mean, really exciting.
As softball is.
Yeah. Oh, it really is. I mean, when you're back and forth that much, when both teams have a chance and you really think, okay, this one's definitely going the distance, this one's definitely going down to the final inning. And unfortunately, I mean, Roane County just came up short. Hit the ball very well, I thought. And even some of our better hitters struggled a bit in this game. Like you said with, Piper Harlan, a very uncharacteristic 1 for 5 in the ball game. If you get on a couple more times there, it's a different game. But Roane County just wasn't able to take advantage of the opportunities that they had with that many runners left on base. And you give all the credit to Gilmer County. They hit the ball very well in very timely, very very opportunistic fashion.
Yeah, Roane County's top 4 hitters, 1 through 4 in the lineup, Matt, just 3 of 16 in this ball game, but even with that, they were able to score 5 runs.
Right.
Of course, you got the bat of Young right behind those first 4. So when they do get on base, she was producing very, very well. A good pitching outing, although at times it was a little rough for Mahaley Nicholson. In the end, she goes the 6 innings of work. She'll take the loss here. She gave up 7 base hits. All 11 runs were earned. That tells you just how good the bats were at times for Gilmer County. She struck out 13 Titan batters, but, Matt, she walked 8 batters as well, and that was what gave the Titan bats a chance to put across those runs. So, again, a good outing with strikeouts, some control issues there, but she'll take the loss. Again, early in the season. I can't wait to see what she does for us over the long haul here this year. It's going to be really, really fun. Individually, for Roane County at the plate, Piper Harlan, again, 1 for 5. She did have the triple at the end. Carly Greathouse goes 1 for 5 with a stolen base and a run. Cadence Steele goes 1 for 3 with a double, 2 runs, and a sacrifice. Lacey Mitchell, 0 for 3. She did score 3 runs here today. Katie Young had a big bat today, 3 for 4, 3 RBIs, and 2 doubles, and a pair of runs scored by her pinch runner, Greathouse. For Mahaley Nicholson, pretty good day at the plate as well, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs, and she included a double in the hitting. Michaela Boatwright, 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Callie Williams, 0 for 3, and Afton Wilson, her one at bat, 0 for 1. Fair Smelko, 1 for 4, and she had herself a sacrifice RBI in this one. Add it all up, as Matt White says, and it leads to an 11-9 loss to Gilmer County. Great game, though, between these two in this early season LKC conference matchup. We will take a break for Willard C. Starcher Auto Parts. When we come back, Matt White will distribute our offensive and defensive players of the game, and we'll wrap things up here from the Sue Moore Sports Complex after this. Well, you can read my writing there. Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. That's why I'm glad you do it, Matt, and not me. I'm going to draw the ire of the general public.
10, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to you.
And we welcome you back to the Sue Moore Sports Complex here on this Thursday evening. Beautiful weather. It was a beautiful day for a game, and we had a really exciting one. Unfortunately for Roane County, in the end, Gilmer County just enough to get across the finish line with the 11-9 victory over Roane County. They'll be in action again tomorrow. We'll talk about that in a second. Before we do so, Matt White's going to dish out our Willard C. Starcher Auto Parts Player of the Game Awards.
Well, I think you can give an obvious split here on the offensive side. Mahaley Nicholson and Katie Young. Young was 3 for 4, 3 RBIs, 2 doubles, and then Nicholson 2 for 4, 3 RBIs and a double. Defensively, I think you got to go with Katie Young. I mean, behind the plate, she's been solid. Didn't let some of those tough pitches, in times when Nicholson was struggling, didn't let those get out of control. And then made that really nice reactive play there on a pop-up on the left side. So, offensively, I'm going to say Katie Young and Mahaley Nicholson, and defensively, Katie Young are Willard C. Starcher Auto Parts Players of the Game.
Congratulations to those two. Once again, we'll be in action with the softball team for the next 2 days, a makeup game twice removed, as tomorrow night, Roane County will welcome another LKC opponent, Calhoun County, to the softball complex for a 5 p.m. first pitch over there at the Lick Fork Field in Roane County. Saturday, Roane County's Lady Raiders will be in action again over at Ravenswood for a doubleheader, split doubleheader. Ravenswood inviting Kaiser and Roane County to play. It'll be Roane County and Kaiser at 2, and immediately following that, Roane County and Ravenswood. That'll do it for us here tonight. We appreciate you joining us on WVRC 104.7 FM, WVRCFM.com, and, of course, on our Facebook live stream. For our entire broadcast crew, George Allen, our studio technician, back at WVRC Control, Katie Nutter, our camera person, and Matt White, my color commentator. I'm Andrew Miller. Have a wonderful night, everyone.